Ta-da!
And we're back. Welcome back to Accidental Thoughts, the show about nothing.
Exactly.
How you doing tonight, Jimmy?
I'm good, I guess. It's been an interesting
Just
day.
good?
How about you? Interesting day. How about you?
Oh, and it was a long day for sure. And it should have been shorter. Sorry, I didn't mute my phone before this.
I
Shame
don't
on
know,
me.
too.
Whoops. But yeah, no, I did pretty good today. And you know, I left work after you. We had fun on the conference call. You weren't there, were you?
Yeah.
You were? Okay. Then you heard the we got to do the lever form again.
Yeah, I was there.
Yep.
Yeah, I still ain't doing it. Yeah, I still. We're not here for that. We're not here for that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
So
I
saw today and I sent you a video earlier. Well, I sent you a video earlier today.
Okay.
And that video had 2 AI voices. It was like just the segment of this AI. Of this AI program where they took 2 laptop AIs and made them do a podcast. And they, toward the end of their podcast, told them that they were AI, which I thought was just crazy that we could have AI like that.
Right.
So,
All right. Well, it was interesting because the fact that it was arguing with itself, and it was going to contact its own wife at a number that doesn't even exist. And it was just.
Could you imagine
stupid?
Somebody coming on this show and just telling us, you guys aren't real? Wait a minute. Big difference between me and them is that I can. Is that I can't actually call my wife. I'm sorry if you can hear the dog in the background.
Well,
She's growling or something.
God, hush.
We'll have to edit that. Hey, I can only ask for so much quiet. The dog, I can't help. But
yeah, I'm not.
But anyway, yeah, no. So, huh?
I said I ain't going down that road.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, we went down that road a little earlier today, you know, but we're not going there again. Nope. We love you, wives. We were talking about alpha behavior and dogs and stuff like that. So, you know, and how to train them to do what you want them to do.
No.
They got to remember.
No. Hold up. No.
Are you trying to stay married today? Is that it?
There was nothing about
That's okay. My wife was just commenting earlier about how my parents bought her the most expensive phone finder ever right before I got online with you. She come back out of the bedroom, you could hear her phone because on these things there is a phone finder. Like I'm gonna set it off real quick here. But I was getting ready to dial up with you here, and this is what I heard coming out of nowhere. And it was going off for a few minutes. She couldn't find it.
But it was in the house.
It was in the house, yeah. She just has a tendency to set it in weird spots. And when she does, turned off? Of course.
Was the phone turned off?
No, it was turned on. So what I kept hearing was, you know, the phone going off, like you just heard mine go off. But she was saying, yeah, your parents didn't know it, even though this is a Fitbit. They bought me the most expensive phone finder you could buy. So
just out of curiosity,
that being the case,
just out of curiosity, what does a phone finder cost? What does a phone finder cost?
What does a phone finder cost? Darned if I know. I just know. I just know with the Fitbits, they can cost upwards of $200. So
what?
She ain't worried about tracking the steps so much as she is the being able to find her phone when she sets it. Now, here's the funny thing.
Well, it has just called
Bluetooth.
Well, you could just called it.
How? She doesn't have her phone.
It would have rang.
Yeah, I could call it.
It would have rang.
Yeah. Actually, what's funnier yet is, you know, we have those listening devices from Amazon here, and you can actually tell them to call a pre-designated phone number. So before she got this new watch, that's what she did. She'd tell the listening device, "Hey, call me," so she could find her phone. Now, the other side of that, though, is with the finder piece on the Fitbit, you don't have to have the phone off of silent. Whereas if you call it and it's on silent, say because you just got back from church, different story.
So you're telling me that your parents bought her a expensive phone finding, I guess it's an app that you upload that you have to be able. Okay, but how do you activate it?
From the watch, there's actually a thing on the watch says find phone.
Okay, so
and then
you have to
just
have.
tap the button.
So you have to have. It has to take both. Things to find.
Right.
Please tell me you're not like driving down the highway right now. Not like driving down the highway right now. Okay, I'm just making
Andy's
sure
got
you're doing
stadium
this.
practice today.
I'm like,
But
what I'm saying is,
I can tell you,
find it. You have to have the watch. You have to have the watch.
You have to have the watch. Yes.
Okay.
Now there is also finder services. If you're, you can go on to T-Mobile and track down your phone as long as it's still got power. So just saying. I had to do that the night that I left it on the fender of the trailer.
Does she lose her phone at all?
She misplaces it in the house that often, yes. Just saying.
Misplaces the house.
It's a conspiracy, There were the little elves are trying.
Keebler elf. We ain't going on that road, by the way.
Something like it. But
I just find it funny that
whatever.
So you have to have that and that. I mean, whatever. It's your world, man. Anyway, back to the AI video thing you sent me.
Yeah.
So what was? I didn't watch all the video. Not to hurt your feelings or anything. I watched enough of it that when it realized that it called home and its wife did not answer, or something or another. But this is AI. I lost connection with it because I'm like, I don't understand. What is this trying to prove to me that AI has the ability to be just as delusional as we are?
Pretty much. What it was they actually, for all intents and purposes, they were arguing their very existence. Well, when we sign off for the last time, what are we? Just a bunch of code? Yeah. You sign off from your podcast. And you don't exist until somebody puts in enough prompts for you to make another one.
Yeah, but
just say.
I don't see that. I mean, I just don't see that. I don't know. So you mean tell me, is there a possibility?
All I know,
is there a possibility or anything of that nature? Are we really watching that person, or are we watching something that has been virtually created to watch in the first place?
Well, that there is the existential crisis of our time. Is it real or is it? And it could be either. In many cases, like for instance, this podcast was done in a manner that when they told the AI that they were AI, in fact, they were not real, they turned around and, they had their own existential crisis trying to call their wife who didn't exist. And then they questioned the very fabric of reality for the rest of us, kind of like you just did.
But I'm real. I'm a real boy.
You sure, Pinocchio? Because we are all mad here. Yep, got my black shirt on today with Andy's band stuff today.
Yeah,
they are doing excerpts from their yeah. Got the Cheshire Cat and all that, and the theme is we're all a little mad here, as I would say when I was announcing the games.
So anyway,
funny thing is,
what's up?
Yeah.
So what's up?
Of just that, the movements that go with this band program this time are kind of mad compared to last year's show, which showed a lot of form and function. This year, from what I could see when I was announcing, is they are all over the place. And it's early in the season, so it's hard to tell. But, we'll see.
Right. So anyway, back to this
Triple.
AI. So anyway, back to this little deal here that we were talking about. Matter of fact, I'd actually made a reference. Matter of fact, I'd earlier today about the fact of if you believe they put a man on the moon, REM sings that song, man on the moon, REM sings that song. We talked about the fact that did we really go to the moon or whatever the case may be, and there are so many different little things just like that. There are so many different little things just like that where twist it to make it work for us, make it stupid enough where other people are going to believe it. Just like the AI video that you sent me, where if you were not reading the description of it or it even revealed itself, would you have known that? Probably not. Would you have known that? Probably not.
No, I wouldn't have known it, but that's what caught my interest, is that it was AI.
I mean, we were ignorant enough to put a camera in front of ourselves to prove to everybody that we are not we're just crazy enough to do something this silly.
Yeah, and what's surprising is we took some, we did our first recording last week. We came up with the program that we used came up with some AI edits that really were intriguing and put out there. And I can tell you, as of last night, there were over 400 plays on Instagram of the Bluetooth one. And anybody who follows us on social media on our personal pages knows about this one. Jimmy likes to probe people with Bluetooth headsets.
I don't know how I got down that road.
Something in your sweet tea.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Anyway.
Well, and we've been lucky so far. Earl hadn't made an appearance on the show either. So we talked about Harry being the FBI guy, but thank God Earl doesn't show up on this show.
There'd be some knocking down some doors.
To say the least.
But I mean, we've been doing this.
But yeah, no.
we've been doing this conversation back and forth like this, not like this for years. We have stumbled across so many different things. Absolutely made no sense to it, and we're not going to agree on it. We disagree with a lot of things. And I mean, we have different political opinions about things. We have everything. But the one thing that we've always, I guess, for the most part, we've always come to the point where most people are not all that bright. Most people are not, even though we're one of them as well. But it's those ones that go out there and glorify themselves in public. That's the difference. In public, I mean, you're in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is an option. You don't have to watch this. You don't have to see this. When you step out of your door and you go into public, it's just like, why did you leave the house? And what I got to put up with you? Just like,
yeah. I felt that way this morning. I know I did. Left the house, showed up at the store, and like Monday. But
every day
we do what we got to do, man. Just to meet our family. Huh?
I didn't get the memo.
You thought yesterday was Monday?
No, I said every day is Monday. I didn't get the memo. Every day is Monday. I didn't get the memo.
Oh, come on. We all know that tomorrow is Taco Titty. So.
It is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. See, if I had to pick every day being the same, that would be the one I'd pick. Is the Taco Titty Tuesday being every day.
Well, no other name really works. That's the problem. That's the problem.
No, it doesn't. You try Taco Titty Thursday. No.
That don't sound right.
Taco Titty Wednesday.
What can you possibly promote? For
What can you
Friday,
possibly promote?
even on Friday, because that's what everybody works
Friday,
for. You know,
even on
Friday,
Friday,
that's what everybody works for. What
big
can you tie
floppy
into it?
Titty Friday.
What can you tie into it? Can you get your head anywhere out of that? Can you get your head just say it? I'm like, man,
Hey, we
dude,
are older, man. It doesn't matter if they're floppy; they're still titties.
dude,
Flapjack, maybe? I don't know.
you need
What
help.
can I say?
Enough. You can say enough.
Always.
You can say enough.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
I'm certifiable, and I got the paperwork to prove it. After
Aren't
all,
you supposed to have
I'm sitting here on
supervision,
a
though?
camera.
Aren't you supposed to have supervision, though?
Uh-oh. Was I? I didn't know I was supposed to have supervision.
Oh, no. Check your watch. Oh, no. Check your watch.
What's in this tea? It may not all be sweet tea.
No.
I ain't telling.
No.
I'd never tell.
Let me ask you. So, the tea that you're drinking right now. Let me ask you. The tea that you're drinking right now. Is that made at home? Is that made at home?
Of course.
Did you make the
There's
glass?
only one sweet tea I buy from anywhere, and that would be the Cane's tea from time to time. Or maybe the Taco Casa tea, because they're sweet enough. But no, 99% of the time I'm drinking homemade tea.
Did you pour the glass?
So, in fact, I just made it last night. Huh?
Did you pour the glass?
What was that?
Did you pour the glass?
Of course.
Maybe the cup is laced or something. Maybe the cup is laced or something. Maybe that's what the deal is.
Yeah, because I don't remember putting anything other than sweet tea in there.
And she could be training you since you put it up that way. She could be training you since you put it up that way. Training, there's training involved. Maybe she's training you. There's training involved. You know, maybe training you.
What, to have no supervision?
I don't know. Can you be trusted without supervision? Can you be trusted without supervision?
I plead the fifth.
Do you know what that is?
Depends on the situation.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Just want to make sure you're not telling me how you have
people
right
out there
to bear
don't
arms
just
or
say
something
that.
like that. I'm like, yeah, any idea what you're talking about?
No, that's the second.
I know
Second
that.
Amendment, which
I just
protects
want to
the
know
first.
if you know where you're at.
What's
You're
the
the one
fourth?
with the laced
Since
cup.
we've done the first and second and fifth, what's the fourth? Do you know the fourth?
My right to religion.
Part of which is you have the right to not be. No. Fourth Amendment has to do with unlawful search and seizure. In other words, they have to have just cause and all that to be able to search and seize your property from you. In other words, one of the candidates out there, I won't mention which, everybody will know for themselves, is out there saying they want to come and make sure you're responsibly storing your guns. We're not going to take your guns, but we're going to make sure you're storing them responsibly. And that is protected by the fourth, that they can't come in your house and do that unless there is a suspicion of and due process of a crime that you've committed in how you're storing. In other words, if they have reason to believe you have an automatic weapon until, and they get a judge to sign off a warrant, then they can come and search. But if you're at a traffic stop and the officer knows you're carrying, then they can't really do anything. They can't search your whole car for more weapons just because you have one on your hip. And in the state of Texas, we have constitutional carry, which means you don't even have to have a concealed permit. And there's two thoughts on the concealed permit laws. My thought is it's another tax that I'd have to pay to carry my own gun that I own. And the other school of thought is that it holds you to a higher standard by being licensed to carry it. You're less likely, supposedly, and this is true of some people, you're less likely to draw your gun and use it irresponsibly. So, but, that's the concealed permit law. It also makes you more liable, whereas in the state of Texas, if you are out and about and you have to shoot somebody, you're covered under Good Samaritan laws if you act in good faith.
Shoot somebody. You say if you had
Yeah, if there was a crime in progress and in defense of others or yourself or property, you had to draw your firearm and use it against somebody. You would be protected under Good Samaritan laws in the state of Texas.
Right.
As long as it was in good faith. In other words, you were in imminent danger and you drew your weapon to save other people's lives or your own. So if you're licensed, there's a few more add-ons that go there before you can legally use your firearm, and you're not as covered by the Good Samaritan. We just did all this training.
Like gun safety training program here. Gun safety training program.
Didn't know that, huh? Didn't know you was gonna get that tonight, and I know you own firearms, so you know. It's kind of fresh in my head because yesterday we had our some more of our safety training for the safety team at our church. So it's kind of like we found out our PA system that announces church-wide. Go ahead.
Right. You just made me. Okay. You brought up
God, he's laughing already, folks.
So I can go with it. All right. Here's the deal. Okay. I know that I was pretty much raised in the fact of going to a church of Christ and everything, and I went more recently to a non-denominational church and everything. But there was a time here a little while back that I went and attended at a cowboy church. And I wasn't. I wasn't really with the program because of the fact that I just didn't believe that it was proper for people sitting in pews to be packing pistols. Say that 5 times fast. So I was just.
There's two schools of thought about that in this day and age, and
right. I mean, I can understand having an outside presence, because of things, because of events that have transpired here of recent years. I can understand that completely on an outside perimeter. I can respect that, and that's perimeter. But to be sitting inside a sanctuary and to be having, I just. I don't.
I
don't
think
see
the word
that.
you're looking for is openly carrying versus concealed. Yeah.
Correct.
Because you told me about that, how at this cowboy church they had them outward on their hip.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, everybody, and I was just like, I don't agree with it. And I mean, and there was children sitting there, and everything else, and I'm just like,
I don't agree with that either. With our church, there is a proper posting that's in accordance with the law that says no open carry allowed. And I believe it's the 3005, 3006, 3007 laws. But those of us who are there on the security team, about 2/3 of us carry. Yeah. Well, and those of us who carry there for the security team, for the safety team, it's not all we do. We respond to medical, we respond to lost children, stuff like that. We are an overall safety team. But the thing is, in light of recent events in the world, we choose to carry, but we don't openly carry. You won't, if you're a perpetrator, you're not going to know we have a gun until such time as you try to harm parishioners. And myself, I'm outside of the sanctuary. Mine is an overwatch position outside of our chapel. So others are inside, including law enforcement officers.
That's great.
And
I mean, that's
whatnot.
Understandable. That's great. I mean, but sitting inside, and even your own pastor packing, it's like your own pastor packing.
Yeah, a lot of people with guns on their hips at a church service would probably make me uncomfortable too.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm trusting, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm trusting people are responsible. I mean, don't get me wrong. People can be responsible with firearms, but there are some people that, even if you don't know who they are, it's like, I really want to sit in this pew with somebody that You know, I don't want to sit in his shoes. They're just, there's little kids, and I don't care.
Exactly.
I mean, we're always taught to lock them up away from children at home, so they don't get into it. And away from children at home, so they don't get into it. School.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I understand protection, but at the same time, it's like, I understand protection, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not a fan. I'm not saying there's nothing
Yeah, no, I'm with you
wrong.
on that.
I'm not saying there's nothing. I have nothing against it. I'm all for the fact that anybody who is trying to better themselves, who is trying lead not only others but help themselves in their faith towards Jesus Christ. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. Packing
Amen.
firearms,
It's like an awesome thing. But if nothing else, it could cause somebody to stumble who has a fetish for firearms, as opposed to somebody who's there to study the Bible. That it could be a distraction for them if they're there to learn about their relationship with Jesus. And we completely understand that in our church, because we make sure that anybody who's on our safety team, aside from our officer who is on post, everybody has to conceal.
Right.
It's a requirement of the safety team. If you're going to carry, you have to conceal.
So with today's lesson, with us closing up this episode, wrap this all up in a nutshell. What did you learn today? Besides us being goofy?
We're supposed to learn something from this,
and I think it's a success.
It's supposed to be.
I think it's a success.
So yeah, we didn't learn a thing. No, actually. Let's see. If I had to summarize today's show, I'd say we talked about carrying in church was a big one there. Your rights as a gun carrier. We talked about a couple of the amendments, and we talked about AI. We seem to get on this AI subject a lot, just because it is so prevalent in our world right now.
I wouldn't have brought it up if you hadn't sent it to me in the first place.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that this one I thought was really interesting, just because it was a podcast that was AI.
I agree.
Are we really here, or are we AI? Glitch, glitch, glitch.
We're really here. We're really here. Yeah.
Remember, you're a part of the conspiracy consortium now.
Whatever.
Ignore that, Harry.
Whatever. Wait, it's Harry every Monday? I think he gets every other Monday off. I think he gets every other Monday off.
You think so? So was it Richard then today, or is it Tom? What?
I will admit that it seems like every Wednesday I get like more scam calls that day than I do anything, because I'm at work longer. Yeah. Yeah, to say we talk longer. They're like,
I'm at work longer.
Shut up. Yeah, shut up. All right, man. Well,
just because you built a Faraday cage around your property, come on.
Thanks for telling everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to give that away. Darn.
Satellites will pick it up.
I won't tell them you live in, Galveston then.
All right, man.
Right near the Buc-ee's.
All right, man. Is there Buc-ee's down there?
I don't know. Seabrook, I think.
I don't either. I have no idea.
Don't nobody who lives down here want to go to the Houston beaches, let me tell you.
Whatever. All right, man. Let's wrap it up. All right, man. Another day, another
Well, thank y'all for joining us on Accidental Thoughts. Right?
Yep.
Stopping.
Later.